host, Sydney B, and welcome to another Honeylicious episode of The Social B Show.
Hey!
This week on the show, we've decided to kick things off with tonight's roundtable guests, as we will be hearing from famous Oscar-winning filmmaker Michael Moore. Tonight, we are discussing America's biggest question: where are we now? The saddest part of the human race is we're obsessed with this idea of us and them, which is really a no-win situation, whether it's racial, cultural, religious, or political. Joining me now for Tea and Honey are Tim Reddy, Director of Race and Relations at Western Michigan University, Ashley Watkins, Malcolm McCants, and Justin Motley. Welcome to the Beehive.
Thanks for having us.
You're very welcome. So are you ready to kick things off?
Absolutely.
Is everybody relaxed?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay, let's go ahead and start it. Are we living in a post-racial society?
No.
And why do you say no?
Well, because race still matters, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
There's too much stuff varies based on race. Your chances in life, opportunities that come your way, and racism hasn't gone away, so it still matters.
Most definitely. Anybody else, or do we all agree?
I do agree with you.
Perfect. So, we all want change. So, what is the one thing within the community that you would like to see changed?
Oh, there's so many. I look at the relationship primarily between race and opportunity and class, and I think that from early on in life things get unequal, and so I think everybody in our society needs a better shape, but that is especially true for groups that have been disadvantaged because of racism over the years.
Okay. And then how about you three? Because the three of you, for those who don't know, here on WMU's campus, are now a part of Greek life. And Greek life on any campus is one of the biggest hubs of, social life and everything that is happening, everything that's going on, and how people stay connected. So how do you feel about that? And then if you could change anything, what would you want to change?
I would just say, as a student and being in Greek life now, just breaking down those barriers, those stereotypes that we have of each other, especially within Greek life. I want to see more, the black fraternities working with multicultural fraternities. I would like to see more of that on campus. So that'd be probably something I want to change.
Okay.
I think having a better understanding of one another, and instead of just hearing different stereotypes or going with this person that says and going with another person that says, getting more information, getting to actually understand and know one another for what they are, not just for what they're labeled as.
Most definitely. I really, really like that. Don't go with labels. So, what do you believe is the nature of the problem?
Well, one big part of the problem is that we don't talk to each other enough. And I think that particularly, well, first let me take a step back. Back in, I think it was 2011, our institute did a survey of all the incoming freshmen at WMU. I was involved with it. Dr. Doug Davidson in sociology was involved with it, and a number of sociology students. And one thing that was very clear was that white students on campus, and I think this is pretty much universally true, have a whole lot less experience coming to the university with diversity. They just, we tend to we're segregated by both race and class, and, the opportunity, to interact with people from different races, particularly for white students, is a lot less. Black students and Latino students have a whole lot more opportunity to do that. At least that's what our survey found.
Most certainly. And with you all, how diverse, being that you are students here, how diverse do you feel as though our campus actually is?
I feel like it's not that diverse, actually. Most like you were saying, races in class, we section ourselves off, with the black community on campus. We usually, when we do our events, we usually just outreach to other blacks on campus. So I feel like if we did more of reaching out to different races on campus, we would do a lot better.
I agree. I don't think our campus is very diverse either. Going back to what he said, having different events put together that reaches out to multicultural or reaches out to more than just the black community would definitely help. I think taking that extra step and branching outside of your comfort zone, I guess I would say, would definitely be a help, whether it's just going to class, sitting next to someone that isn't the same race as you, or stuff like that.
Yeah, I believe we just got to do things a little bit differently. We got to, like they said, step outside the box And, you know, if the other fraternities and organizations aren't going to come to us, maybe we should try going to them.
Most definitely. So, what do we believe are the differences between celebrating diversity and challenging racial injustice?
Well, I mean, they're very different things. And I think that our focus, we try to do both in our institute, but I think that our focus is really on, you know, understanding the roots of inequality as it plays out by race and class. You know, and then we also try to appreciate the arts and appreciate diversity in all of its forms, and so we try to have events that do that.
Most certainly, most certainly. And Tim, as the director of the Race and Relations Department here, what efforts, you've kind of already spoken on a bit, but what efforts currently is your department doing to help students become more diverse?
Well, the main thing I think that we do with students is that we have a minor in race and ethnic relations, and so I do a lot of teaching, and I teach about race. I teach a Gen Ed course that's also the introductory course to our minor. It's called Immigration, Race, and Ethnicity in the U.S. And so I think it's the only course that you know, deals with both of those topics, and you know, I think one of the things that I find is that you know, we have a lot of learning to do. You know, students from all backgrounds, you know, just understanding history, understanding kind of the sociological aspects and the political aspects of, you know, what has happened, and you know, understanding our personal experiences, and you know, giving enough credence to what we know through our own experience. That's important. But we need to broaden. We need to broaden it by you know, what we can learn from history and from the social sciences, and that's what we work on.
Most definitely. And as students here, do you feel that our community on campus minimizes diversity, or do you feel like it actually it loves it, it helps it? There's always something here where, as an African American student, I can go to something that's not for something that's within my culture, or an event that's not for my culture or my race. How do you feel about that?
I think our institution tries to make things diverse and not just focus on one culture. Going to different events. I have been to a few different events that wasn't, like, you know, specifically for the Black community, and it was really nice, like having different programs and events and activities, and just giving, like, even community service opportunities or different events that can go on helps.
Okay.
I feel like our institution does try to make that opportunity available for us as students. It's just our job as students to, you know, take the initiative to get out to those events and meet new people, even if they're from different cultures or races.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I agree. It's just, you know, the students, we have to go to those events. You know, we have to want to go too. So, you know, the campus, they give us plenty of things to go to, but I mean, you know, what's the reason behind going sometimes is really, you know, what I would ask myself before I go to an event, you know.
Okay, that's great. And I am getting the wrap, but before we can wrap, we must always talk about the solution to the problem. What can we do? We've spoken about students actually going to events, but going a little further, change for our communities, within our workplaces, within our own relationships with our friends and those whom we don't know, complete strangers. What can we do to make a change?
I say it starts with us taking the step forward to actually promote ourselves, to, you know, as far as our organizations that we're a part of, taking that step and initiative to do better, to be better, to do that input.
And I'll piggyback off Tim when he was talking about, first thing is getting to communication, just communicating with one another, and, you know, figuring something out about another culture or another person. That can just break down that first barrier to make it more comfortable for, you know, people to come together.
Yeah, and I think definitely us being Greek now, you know, I think we can lead by example to the rest of our community, you know, and really just be a shining light for people to follow.
You know, on the communication side, I think it's especially true for a lot of white students. I think there are a lot of white students who are afraid of saying something stupid, and you know, they may indeed say something stupid, but it largely comes from lack of experience, lack of knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I guess if I had to vote, I'd say take a risk at saying something stupid, and you're going to get corrected, and that's fine. And you move on, you get to a more genuine relationship.
I like it. Well, unfortunately, we are all out of time, but I must say that this was an excellent conversation. Thank you guys so much for coming on, but don't go anywhere because at the end of this show, we have some games to play. We do. We have a lot of wonderful games to play. But before we go to break, I have a tease for the bees. 2 boxers are in a match scheduled for 12 rounds. Pure boxing only. No kicking, UFC, takedowns, or anything else. One of the boxers gets knocked out after only 6 rounds, yet no man throws a punch. How is this possible? Tell us your answers on Instagram, Twitter, and even Snapchat at The Social Bee Show, and tag it with #Tees for the Bees. When we return, we will hear from the famous filmmaker Michael Moore. Stay tuned.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Sydney Bowden here, and I run an independent web show on campus called The Social Bee Show. And this week's topic was...
You are so good. Doesn't she sound like you're going to throw it to a commercial right now?
This is like a part in the show. This is what we are definitely speaking about. Okay. And what we would like to know as our viewers, how can we help to mend our differences, bridge that gap, so that way we can make a better future for all? I have 2 questions, too.
I'm not so sure I want to mend our differences.
Okay.
I think differences are good. People say, oh, we're so polarized. Well, actually in a democracy, that's kind of a good thing. You fight for the things you believe in. People that are the opposite of you fight for the things they believe in, and we do our best to convince as many people as possible to go our way.
Certainly.
And so that's the exciting and dangerous part of democracy.
Okay.
And so I used to think, there's a guy that used to write great books about education. His name was John Holt. He wrote 2 seminal books, How Children Learn and How Children Fail. And I went to hear him speak in Chicago back in the 80s. And he told this story of how he said, I used to think that my job was, I was on this train going one way, and I was on the right train with all the good thinking people. And all the people thinking the wrong way were on that other train going the other way. And I used to think my job was to get off my train, go stand in the middle of the other tracks, and try and turn that train around. And all I did was get run over and over and over. And I finally realized that the thing to do was stay on the train I'm on, and as the train with the people going the wrong way passed, look into the window and look for the 1 or 2 or 3 souls that are looking longingly over at the right train, and hold out your hand across and help them onto your train. And that'll get more done and move things faster than you spending so much energy to convince somebody that it's something they're just not going to be convinced of. And you have to kind of let it go. You have to kind of, people say, well, don't you want Republicans to see your movies? Yes, of course I do, but I realize that 20% of the country is never going to do that. And I can't waste my energy trying to convince them. I'm looking for the 1 or 2 or 3 people, to come along, and that's a better use of your time and energy, to do that. I didn't mention the statistic out there, but I want to say it in here because I think it's really critical for the election in November. And I know everybody's worried about Trump and the possibility of President Trump, and you should be worried about it, because if people stay home on our side of the fence, he will win. Okay, right. So we have to get the vote out. And the reason why I'm worried about Hillary as the candidate is, whoever is our candidate has to inspire people like Obama inspired people. People have got to get up that morning, and they've got to, like me, they got to friggin' cry in the voting booth, and nobody is getting inspired by Hillary. Nobody is waking up on election day, with the exception of a few people I know, that want in their lifetime to see a woman in the White House. But young people, and everyday people are not waking up on November 5th or whenever the election is going, I can't wait to vote for Hillary today. Woohoo! Yes, there's some, I know, yes. And please vote. I hope that's what Bernie's doing. I think that's what he's doing. I think that's what I'm seeing. And 82% of the youth vote yesterday in Wisconsin. 82%. That's an amazing number. This is the number I want to give you. 81% of Americans voting in November are either women, people of color, or young adults between the ages of 18 and 35. That's 81% of the population. Women, people of color, young adults. Trump has gone out of his way to alienate and piss off all three of these groups.
He certainly has.
That's 81% of the country. Only 19% of the country are white guys over the age of 35, and some of them are me. He's got a horrible problem. He can't get elected.
True.
Statistically, he can't get elected if we show up to vote. There's no way. There's no way he can do this. And women vote at a higher percentage than men. So he's you know, again, like, unless they pass that law banning women from voting, like I said, it's the only way this guy can win at this point.
Right.
So instead of working about mending differences with the 19% of the angry white guys, let them be angry. You know, it's the sound of a dying dinosaur. They know the time is up. We've been running the show a long time. It's hard to give up power. It's hard when you're the New York Yankees and you won 25 World Series rings, and now you suck. You know, and you just have to deal with it. You're now the New York sucky Yankees, and you know, your days are over. And that's essentially what it is for white guys who've been calling the shots.
Okay.
So does that help? Or?
That definitely does help. And my second question for you is, you have a very big birthday coming up, April 23rd. So we would like to know, where will you be and what will you be doing?
Crying all day. You know, hair grow. What will I be doing on my... Well, I'm supposed to be in Italy for the premiere of my new film on my birthday.
Ooh.
So that's the latest. I'm not sure that will be the case, but, you know, also my birthday this year is the 400th birthday of William Shakespeare. And it's the 120th anniversary of the day the first film was shown. The first movie was ever shown in the United States on April 23rd, 1896.
Wow.
And so this April 23rd is the 120th anniversary of movies in America. Edison showing the first movie on 34th Street, New York City, between 6th and 7th Avenues, where Macy's now stands, essentially. So April 23rd is like a really cool day.
It is.
Right?
One more question.
And Valerie Bertinelli's birthday, too.
Welcome back. With us today, we have Tim Reddy, Director of Race Relations at WMU, Ashley Watkins, Malcolm McCants, and Justin Motley. And it is time to play Take a Hint. Are you ready?
Ready.
Alrighty, so in teams of two, one person will act as the guesser while their teammate gives them only one-word hints. Each person guessing will have an opportunity to guess what each card says, but you only get one guess. In the event that the guess is wrong, you must skip the card. So just throw it on down and keep on going because every team only gets 1 minute. Okay? Are you ready? Which team would like to go first? Or you can rock, paper, scissors it out. Oh, Tim already put y'all there. Okay. So, and we could do like team, like one person from this team goes first and then one person from this team. That way we can like balance it out. Alrighty. Who would like to go first between you two?
I'll go first.
Okay.
I'll just put it up on
You just put it on your forehead.
Need it.
You gotta say one word.
Necessity.
There we go.
water.
Yes!
Woo. Weather.
Cold.
Oh, you could. Oh, yeah, you only get one guess. Sorry.
Western.
Michigan.
Car.
Yeah, give me some more words.
Like, you can keep throwing words. They just gotta be one word.
Like.
Keep going. Oh yeah. Sorry. You got this, Justin.
We're doing horrible right now.
Time is up. I'm so sorry, but Justin, you did get one. So congratulations. You are great.
It's hard to get one word.
It is. It's so hard. Like, it really touches your strength.
Okay.
Oh,
It's
okay.
upside down. Hammer.
Nail.
Upside down.
President.
Obama.
No, wrong one. Upside down. Tears.
Emotions.
Upside
Uh-oh.
B.
Beyonce.
Hey.
Sorry. I tried that one, Justin.
Red.
Don't guess if you don't have it. Let him give you another hint.
Upside
Flip
down.
it.
Shoes.
Heels.
It's
Wrong time.
sneakers. Oh, time's up.
Oh.
You got
2.
2.
No,
Okay.
That's one more than they got.
She got one handed to her.
Okay, let's see what you can do then, Malcolm. And Justin.
You want?
Mm-hmm.
Kick.
Soccer.
Yep.
Good job.
Carry. Books.
Look back.
First. Week. Day.
Monday.
Burger. Pig.
Ham.
Boots. Feminine. Stylish. Slippers. Boots. Go to the next one. Omega. Kappa.
Greek. Cold.
Lick. Cold.
All
Ice
right.
cream.
Yep. So he got all 8 of his. So right now you got 9 points.
Whoa.
So let's see.
All right.
I'm gonna try.
You got this, Ashley.
Here we go.
They came back strong.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Pork. Animal.
Oh, you can't look at it.
Oh, I can't look at it.
What's the next one? You ready to do it?
Okay.
It's blank. Go to the next one.
Oh, okay.
Basketball. Player.
Oh, my great.
What's the team? What's the team? I'll help you out.
Huh?
What team is he on?
What team?
Broncos. I don't know.
Yes.
Lakers.
Magic. That's a long time ago. Kobe.
Retire. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Female.
Female. Woman.
All right. Well, unfortunately.
But unfortunately, we're out of time.
Yes, unfortunately, we are out of time. So,
Doggone it.
Justin and Malcolm's team came back with a nice little comeback there because
I guess.
Justin, after you went, I was a little scared. But Malcolm, good job. You know some things. Okay. I like it. Alrighty. Well, that's all the time that we have for you tonight on the Social Bee Show. But before we go, remember the teas that I left you wonderful bumblebees with before the break. The question was, 2 boxers are in a match scheduled for 12 rounds. Pure boxing only, no kicking, UFC takedowns, or anything else. One of the boxers gets knocked out after only 6 rounds, yet no man throws a punch. How is this possible? Would anybody like to take a guess?
Butted heads.
No, no one. Alrighty. Well, drum roll, please. So, both of the boxers are female. Get it? No man throws a punch.
Okay.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, thank you to everyone who played, tweeted, Instagram, and Snapchatted us at The Social B Show. We would like to thank our guests for joining us tonight. Be sure to tune in next Tuesday at 8 p.m. for The Social B Show. And always remember, be honest, be humble, be you. I'm your host, Sydney B. Have a wonderful week.